That's the problem. They always forget to say.
The animation workshop was created back in 1988, and in that time it was more of an open workshop for people to come and experiment with animation. And then over the last 30 years, it has developed slowly in the beginning, but faster and faster in the last 15 years to becoming one of the Nordic countries' leading animation schools. Also having educations in comics and graphic novels. So the animation workshop in total is about 550 people, spread over around 8,000 square meters. And we are a part since 2012 of VIA University College. And over the years, we've developed into containing around 8 different departments. And I'll let Per dive into the 3D course now.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Per Kristensen, and I'm coordinating the 3D character animation course for some time now. And I just want to give you some information about that. Of course, important to note that the deadline is November 27th. The actual course is, of course, 15th of February and ends in 11th of June. And we will be hosting it here at the Animation Workshop. That's our plan, and that's what we're preparing to do. If COVID-19 still plays a role, of course, we have different contingency plans. As you can see here, we have a kind of unique setup at the Animation Workshop in that all of our teachers are exclusively guest teachers. So we have a coordinator for each class that is responsible for booking teachers and bringing them here and making sure that everything runs smoothly. The same applies to this 3D character animation course. We have teachers from all over. These are some of the examples and some of the teachers we have for this next edition of the course. Very, very briefly, we have an intro to Maya, which will actually entail some modeling exercises. Followed by a week of rigging design, so you actually get to know what a rig is. And then we dive into the animation. And the way it's structured is that every module builds on the knowledge and the skills of the previous modules. So we slowly add complexity to the program, and it all ends in a final 4-week project. And that's also where hopefully we'll see Kashif's project later, what he did in the last 4 weeks of the course. What do you actually get when joining this course? It's full-time teaching every day in the classroom. It's, as I mentioned, visiting animation professionals that teaches the course. We have a curriculum that we continuously update with the help of our partners in the industry. We offer hands-on teaching and practice every day in the classroom. So even though the teacher will maybe do a demo and a lecture in the morning, and afterwards you will be working on your own exercises or a project, the teacher stays in the classroom, so you have feedback readily available all the time. At the end, you'll have been working for 3.5 months in Maya, so you get a very good understanding of Maya, which is the industry standard. You will have a great network, both of the other participants, but also the teachers on the course. The The different skills will actually enable you to be employable as a junior 3D character animator. Again, in the program, if you go to the website and download the detailed program, at the very end, you'll find a list of all the knowledge and skills that you will have gained at the end of the program. Then, of course, while you're here, you have access to all our extracurricular activities, such as extra lectures and sports and stuff like that. We try to make it as easy as possible for you to join the course by providing housing assistance. And I also want to mention at the end of the course, there's an optional trip to the Annecy festival in France, where we cover the accreditation and transport for you. And it's a very, very nice way to end the course. I think it's really interesting also for you to know where our course alumni would go after this course. And these are some of the companies that we have former students working at. What do we look for when we look through the applications? One of the strengths of this course is actually we can accept different profiles. So maybe you are an animator, 2D animator, or a storyboard artist, or an illustrator, or a multimedia artist. It's really one of the strengths of the course that we can bring together a lot of different profiles. What we also look for is that you show understanding of the basic animation principles. So if you just Google 12 animation principles, there's a lot of good videos about what that is actually. We rate animation experience quite highly when we go through the application. So, and it doesn't have to be professional experience. If you have made some exercises in any kind of format in animation, 2D or stop motion or whatever, that's what we like to see, because then we can kind of evaluate your skill level and your level of experience. If you don't know any animation, you can also apply, of course, if you have some good CG skills that can actually make up for missing animation experience. But in general, it's really important that we see some of your previous work that you did. So exactly because that allows us to evaluate your skill level. Yeah, thank you.
All hail the wizard.
All hail the wizard!
All hail the wizard, the mightiest of mighties, the greatest, most powerful, and most genuine of real and true wizards.
Thank you.
A wizard above scrutiny, with no covert agenda or subversive intention whatsoever. He's just a real, good, solid wizard, everyone.
You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. You'll find he is a whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz.
I was in-game animator for a games company. My background was mainly 2D animation, and I did a lot of visual effects as well in the games company. And I was there for 7 years, so it was quite a long time. And I think I was starting to get a bit restless, and I wanted to push my animation skills. The job was great that I had, but the thing about being a gameplay animator is that you tend to animate a lot of cycles, like walk cycles and run cycles. And I felt like I wanted to push my animation and do more acting and lip sync. And being a gameplay animator, I never had that experience. And I just wanted that. Mm-hmm. And I had figured out that I wanted to become a film and TV animator because I wanted to push my skills. So after work, I would come home and try to do my own animation in my spare time. And it just wasn't going anywhere. I spent months and it wasn't going anywhere. So I looked online for courses. And after seeing the one in Denmark, it had everything I wanted, especially the acting and lip sync part of the course. Also, I wanted to apply because I wanted to apply to the TV and film industry. I couldn't show all the work I had previously done. as a gameplay animator because the two roles are quite different. So I had to start my showreel from scratch, basically. And I thought the course would be the best way to do it. You go in every day and you're set a task. Normally you have a week or 2 weeks to do to reach a deadline. So you'd go in the morning, you'd have a lecture and, like a demo, and then the teacher will come around in the afternoon and help you out with any work that you have. But I would say that the course there's a nice learning curve with the course. It starts off with the very basic, so like modeling, and also even if you've never really used Maya before, it's a great way to get into the software. And then you do modeling, you do rigging, which for me was one of the more challenging parts of the course. But yeah, all the lectures are recorded, which is great. You can always refer back to those. And then you move on to the animation section of the course, which is start off with the bouncing ball, move on to a pendulum swing, so you get a lot of nice secondary animation practice. And then you move on to dialogue and pantomime. You regularly get like feedback for your work from the teacher. So every afternoon, especially towards the latter half of the course in the animation, your work goes up on the projector and the teacher, goes through what you need to fix, which is great practice for the actual industry as well, because I have to say, when I did get a job later on, they did the same thing. They put your work up on a projector and they talk you through what you need to change. And it's quite hard, I think, sometimes for animators to put their work up on display for everyone to see, but it's really good practice for that. The showreel that I had, everything was from Denmark. Like, it was 1 minute of animation and all from Denmark. And after the course, we went to Annecy and I had my iPad with my showreel on it. And my goal was just to go around to all the recruiters and try to get feedback for my work and see if they liked it. I went to the animation director at Illumination, McGuff, and I asked him if he liked my work, and he did. He really liked it, and everything that I learned from the course I had put into my animation in my showreel, and he liked it. So it's it only speaks good stuff about the course. And so I'd say on a personal level, the course impacted my confidence as an animator, because even though I had tried 3D animation before I joined the course, I was kind of self-teaching, like the way to use Maya, and I wasn't really sure if that was the right way. But when you get teachers from the industry showing you the way to do, use Maya, the correct workflow, you feel more confident. So when I did move to Illumination McGuff, and I knew that the way I was animating was the correct way,